Channeled conversations. I'm going to try to explain a visual download that was given to me. They were trying to show me that if we could understand getting our needs met, which is really just what manifestation is, different levels of intentionally being in alignment with yourself to get your needs met, if we could understand it with the same context that we understand how our organs communicate with our brain to get their chemical needs met, there would be less resistance. So, every organ in your body, if it needs something, every organ is calibrated to certain levels. If you go above that level, you need a chemical reaction to balance that. If you go below that level, you need a chemical reaction to balance that to create homeostasis. And it's not a panicked thing in a healthy body. In a healthy body, what happens is anytime that organ goes below or above the set point, it puts off a chemical stimulus to the brain, an electrical impulse to the brain. And the brain doesn't question what the organ is telling it. The brain just gives it. So those chemical reactions, those hormones, the stimulus it needs to do its function is given effortlessly. It's not questioned. It doesn't have to sign, fill out paper and triplicate and sign it in and beg. None of that is happening in a healthy body. And if we could understand that our desires are the equivalent of that chemical or electrical stimulus that's gone to the brain, the request that goes to the brain, it's nothing more than that. We don't have to beg. We don't have to feel desperate. We don't have to explain why we need it. It's to the brain's highest good. It's to the whole body's highest good to make sure that every organ's needs are met so that they can function at their peak, so that everybody else can function at their peak. It's to everyone's highest good. So the brain is not holding back. You don't deserve it. You didn't achieve some goal or quota. That's not how it works. Now, in an unhealthy body, and again, this is not medical advice. I took anatomy and physiology and that's it. So I'm not an expert. Don't come at me. I'm just trying to relay a picture that was given to me that really helped me uncomplicate the picture in my mind. So I just thought I'd share. When you have an unhealthy body, which especially when you get into Chinese medicine, all disease is just disease and in the body from an emotional hoarding, the body cannot process a trauma that has happened, and it's held on to it long enough that now it's created a belief. So, like, let's say one of your organs, like, say your liver is holding on to anger. That anger was given to you to help you to understand that something went against your nature. You were disrespected in some way, and there needed to be an evaluation to understand what your worth is, that, you deserve to be loved, honored, respected. But for whatever reason, that emotion did not get processed in the liver and released. It got hoarded, it got stored. And now it has turned into a whole personality, a whole belief system. And the organ is hoarding. The organ is, my needs aren't being met, and I need it right now. So it's giving the improper stimulus to the brain. The brain is trying to give it, but it's not receiving it the right way, and it's not even asking for the proper amounts of what it needs. And now anything that the organ gets, it's hoarding and it's not letting go of. And it's even depleting other organs from their nutrition, from their needs, because it's going to do anything it has to do to get its needs met, because it cannot trust that it's going to get its needs met naturally. It is in a fight or flight, every man for himself kind of situation. And what happens is you end up getting, a fatty liver or an enlarged heart or whatever, whatever. And that is the equivalence of our spiritual hoarding and physical hoarding. We're not safe, so we're going to create layers. We're going to hold on to something. We're going to turn it into our personalities to keep ourselves safe. And in doing so, we are asking in lack. And so what we receive is haphazard. And we're not sending out the right stimulus, so we can't receive what we want because what we requested was not from the right space. And if we can just realize that anytime you have a desire for something, it doesn't have to be this desperate thing. You don't have to explain why it needs to be met. Just honor it. Just hold it. Just appreciate it and know that the brain, the universe, the source wants to give you what you need for you to be at your peak, because it literally benefits all existence, all life around you, for you to live your highest expression. Feel the peace and allow it to flow in. This was just life-changing for me, seeing this physical picture and how it's not this emotional thing. I mean, emotions are important. Emotions help you know if you're in alignment or in misalignment, and you can use emotions to soup up desires, and that's fabulous. But getting your needs met is a primal matter, not an emotional matter. It's not, I have to beg for it, I have to explain it, I have to justify it, I have to defend it, I have to protect it. It's none of those things. I have to manipulate for it. It's none of those things. It's just the service engine soon light on your car. Something is needed, and the universe is ready, willing, and able to help that need get met. I hope this picture helped release resistance for you in your journey the way it is helping me. Hope this helps.